Forks Peak sits high above the meeting place of the Upper Kananaskis River and Three Isle Creek and was first ascended by John Martin in July of 1984. I used Martin's trip report in David Jones' Rockies South Climbers Guide to plan and follow a route from the Interlakes parking lot up an overgrown exploration road to lower southeast slopes. From Treeline, I went west before ascending southwest slopes to the Upper South Ridge, which I followed directly to the summit. Return was the same way.
Yep. Unfortunately, I didn't follow my own track. So now I'm off route a bit. I followed an obvious blaze right at the start, which I think is exactly what Phil and I did last time on Nomad, and quickly got off route as well. Let's see if we can find the proper route here. There we go. There's the trail. It may as well be pouring rain right now. The underbrush is just sopping wet. Like, holy cow wet. Oh well, careful I guess on logs. Take my time. I cannot believe how wet I am. I may as well have just jumped right in that river. Totally insane. A smart person would maybe even turn around. I am soaked like I jumped in a lake. I got water running, you can hear my feet. Got water running down my legs. Such a pain in the butt. Like, it always has to rain just before I do any kind of bushwhack. Insane. Honestly, I've never been this wet. Fuck. All I can say is I hope I dry off before tree line. Because, wow. It's gonna be chilly. It's about 10-12 degrees and I am soaked head to foot. Head to foot. Ironically, from being on trail. Not that I'm mad that there's a trail, but the forest doesn't have such close undergrowth. Something you don't think about. Or anyway, I don't. Well, I'm on the road past the turnoff for Nomad. And there's a bit of a trail and a road, but it is not going to be drier. That's for sure. Wow. Interesting times. Putnik had fresh snow on it this morning, so that's how my day started. Seeing fresh snow after 2 weeks of 35. It's the Rockies for you. Surprisingly open. Yeah. Ironically, this road is less closed in than the first part to the Nomad turnoff. So far, anyway. Oh, it's perfect. It goes straight uphill just like it did on the satellite maps, which makes sense. Yeah, so far so good. Just need to dry out now. Oh, this is nice. Straight up. I don't know if anybody ever drove these cut lines, but or roads, whatever this is. Absolutely incredible. What a great little section. And steep. Huh. Very nicely done. Approaching tree line already. Unbelievable. So now I am traversing to the gully. Now I think I'm on some kind of trail because that is cut and that's an old blaze. So I am 100% on an old trail. Huh. Cool. Slight deviation from the trail. I see tree line right above me here. So I'm not sure if the trail goes up here, but I'm going to. It's too tempting. And this is like a straight shot to it. Once I'm at tree line, I can hopefully dry off a bit. And I'll just follow it around. I suspect I'm going to have to gain and lose a little bit of height along it, but like I've said before, that's my secret weapon. Not caring about that too much. We'll see soon. Yeah, there we are. Now, true tree line is quite a bit higher, and I might actually go for it right up there. That's why we do these scrambles, because you just don't know. Got to figure it out. Well, that's Putnik. There's Lyautey, outlier. Anyway, and there's the lakes. Wow. Definitely getting higher. Probably a little too high, but we'll see. So far, so good. Yeah. After some shit luck with a wet trail this morning, I think my fortunes have turned around. Because this is looking quite good. Yeah. Nice. You often find animal trails right along the bottom of cliff lines. The only problem is if they're mountain goats, they tend to also go up said cliffs. But so far this traverse line has worked out much better than expected. So looking at the satellite map that I downloaded since I didn't know this route, I think I can shortcut into the Scree Gully. So I'm going to go over the shoulder and see what happens. Definitely grizzly country. Lots of diggings. Nice, nice, nice. I believe that's our peak. Somewhere up there. So spot WX showed clear today. I guess it's not always right. So I found my plotted gully right ahead. To the left. I'm going to try hitting these slabs though much nicer for Ascent. Hoping this is another one of those wonderful slabs on Ascent, scree on descent. Oh, and that's fresh snow. Yep. Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. Nice grippy slabs for the way up. Hitting the ridge. Nice. Oh yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Warspite, Invincible, Nomad. And there's our ridge. Well, let's hope this theme continues. Everything keeps being easier than it looks. Man, that final summit block does not look easy. Well, I'm gonna get close. Well, depends how reasonable the next little section is. So, this is probably the cruxy crux. Yeah, it's loose. There's exposure. Except there is nice handholds, which I do like. Yeah. Definitely not easy. Not anymore. No. Oh yeah. A little bit of a cruxy crux. Oh, you don't want it to be a total pushover. But I believe this just might be the summit. Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Well, there you go. I wasn't sure there for a bit. No. I was not convinced. There it is. Nicely done. All right. Let's go back to the cruxy crux. Oh yeah. Interesting. Good. Take the time. Make sure you're got a handhold and a foothold. Yep, because you need both. I do like this chimney. I'm gonna start out in there. Now I'm gonna traverse this same way I did on Ascent. Yep. Yep. Some people wouldn't trust these rocks as much as I do, but I do have a bit of a grip over a wall there, so that helped. There you go. Okay, that was the crux. Now there's a few more not easy sections. They're just not as likely to kill or injure. Although if you slip in the wrong spot, you might, but you shouldn't slip. That's the whole point. Starting the traverse here. Now this is also interesting. You can't slip in some of these zones. Wasn't terribly hard coming up. I suspect there's going to be a few sections that make me think twice on the way down. Sometimes that happens. Well, sometimes looking down at the exposure affects you more. Yeah, makes sense. Just make sure there's no pebbles underfoot, and you're fine. Also helps to know which side you'd rather fall on. It sounds very morbid, but right as you break something, left as you die. It's good to know that. It's a sidewalk. Little up climb on return. Certainly don't want to slip to the left, but this does seem to be an easier line. Nice. Oh, this is a very nice little ledge feature here that I'm going to take more often than not in the Rockies. You just poke around a little There's an easier way. Not always, but often. Thank God in this case. Wow. There you go. We'll have to look back. Shiza! That does not look easy, dude. I guess it wasn't easy, but man, that looks terrifying. Beautiful lake. South Kananaskis passes that way, I think. Mod, all those. Yep. But it's starting to look pretty gray out here. WX top this one. Quite long. I'm starting to feel like I stole a day now. Not much smoke. Fresh snow wasn't an issue. Managed to stay just warm enough after a morning soak. Funny how a day can go from kind of sucking to feeling like you stole a day. I heard the wind coming, which is why I got down there. Nice. Still can't believe it was 35 a few days ago. Jasper burnt down 2 days ago, and now we have fresh snow. I mean, thankfully, but it's crazy. I say slabs on the way up, spree on the way down. That's the plan. I'm gonna swing a little wide to my right and then cut back left to my Ascent track later. This is amazing. It's like riding an escalator down the mountain. Okay, let's find the trail back. And here we are. Back on the road. Over. Yeah, there are some mysteries with this cut line. Why is it not overgrown? Something must happen in here. Maybe snow slides is what I'm thinking. Maybe. That just keeps small trees from growing. I don't know. But I'll take it. It's a wonderful way to hit tree line. Like very much, I don't know, surprisingly, the upper trail beyond the Nomad access is far less bushy and far easier to walk. And I don't know if that's just elevation, that trees grow that much slower so it's not being filled in or what. It certainly isn't human traffic, but I'll take it. There are some thick areas, but pretty short-lived and no longer wet. Hallelujah. My feet are still soaking from this morning, but everything else is dried out, so. But yeah, my toes are literally squishing in my socks still. That was crazy, but this is much better. Gymnastics. The Olympics are starting today. Maybe I'll be a tree gymnast. That's the worst spot on the whole upper trail, and it's not that bad. Pretty sure this is where the turnoff for Nomad is. Yes. There's the cairn with an arrow. Yeah. So yeah, a trail, so happy for that. Still a little bit of moisture, but not near as bad as this morning. Probably because I've come through and knocked it all off already. It actually makes a big difference. Pro tip, always let your buddy bushwhack wet forest first. You'll get about half as wet. Don't tell them I said that though. Whew. I don't know. Yogi. Boy, it sure gets a bit bushy though. Yeah, if it's not exceedingly obvious after watching my approach video, I highly recommend saving this one for 2 days after it rains. I'm glad I went earlier than I was planning to by a few hours actually. Woke up at 6 and said screw it. Because unlike what the weather was showing on both forecasts, Spot WX and the Weather Network, it did not even close to clear out today. It's clouding over and I think it's getting more smoky as well. So yeah, usually doesn't hurt to leave early. It's hard to believe you're on a trail. Honestly. Wow. Huh. I am, but it's hard to believe. So it's a little bit amusing that this morning I was off beside the creek bushwhacking when I could have been on this perfectly reasonable trail. Nobody said I was smart. Yeah, that was a bit of a fail. So I guess the thing is cross the bridge and immediately turn to your right off the main trail. Doesn't seem so hard. Don't go there. Don't follow blazes. I think I've done that twice now, maybe even 3 times. Hello. Thanks.